guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of the video, this is a very different type of video. I've never done something like this on my channel before, but I do feel like the video is needed. So today we're going to talk about mental health and depression, because I know a lot of young people are going through this situation, including myself. And I just feel like, as a lot of young people don't speak about it and they feel like they're alone, and I don't want you to feel that way, because it's not a nice feeling, and especially what we're going through now in a pandemic. Mental health is absolutely detrimental. It's so imperative that you stay on top of your mental health and your wellness. So I just wanted to talk about it because I know I come across as like a really bubbly and happy person, which I am 99% of the time, but I have periods in my life where it's just very dark, and I've pulled myself out of some very dark places. Like, not that long ago, sometime last year, I wanted to end my life because I was just really stressed out and I was going through a lot of things, and I just didn't want to fight anymore. I had to fight all my life, and honestly at that moment in time I was just tired. I was like, I can't do this no more. But I have lost like one of the most important people in my life. I've lost them to suicide, so I know about the effects of those you leave behind. I didn't want to do that. It actually scares me that I was that low. I remember, and I had the lights off, I was in the dark, and I was just crying. I couldn't stop myself from crying. I was crying to the point where you're like you can't even breathe, you're crying that hard. And I just thought I wanted to end it. So I googled, how do I kill myself and make it look like an accident? And it's really bad because I think it's quite a high search, because when I was typing it, the whole question just came. But luckily, when I googled it, the first things that came up was like NHS helplines, suicide helplines, like loads of, basically it wasn't like the answers that I was looking for, it was the helplines, which I think is really good that Google done that. I called the helpline and some lady answered, and as I said, I was crying to the point where I literally could not breathe. So I answered the phone and I was like crying. The lady, I'll never forget her voice, and she was just like, hello, and I was just crying, and she's like, oh dear, you sound very upset. And then, but the way how she said it, I just felt so patronized. She probably didn't mean it, but I was just like, no, is this what your life has come to? So I was like, I hung up the phone, because I was like, if I'm gonna kill myself, I'm just gonna kill myself, because I can't be talking to patronizing people. And then I just prayed. I just started talking to God, and I was just like, God, please heal me, heal my heart. And he did. He healed my heart. Like, I went to sleep, I literally cried myself to sleep, and I woke up in the morning and I felt, obviously I wasn't like all happy, but I felt a lot better, and I didn't want to die, and I was happy that I didn't kill myself. The thing that really made me hang on was my little sister, because as I said, I lost the most important person in the world to me to suicide. That broke me. It still haunts me to this day, because you just feel like, what could I have done? Hard to blame anyone but yourself, because you're like, bruh. So yeah, I couldn't put that burden on my little sister, and it's just not fair. I opened up about this to my cousins when we was like having a heart to heart, and she was just like, nay, like, whenever you feel like that again, like, just call me. And I know a lot of people that feel the same way. They don't want to be a burden on others, but I promise you, when you feel like that, if you have someone to call, like, you know, you have your grandma or a friend, or just someone that you're close to that you knows that genuinely cares about you, call them. Don't worry about being a burden, because I promise you they would much prefer you to call them and tell them what you're going through than for you to feel like there's no way out and end your life when you could have been a doctor, you could have been a lawyer, you could have been anything you wanted to be if you would have just stayed alive. Because as long as you have life, you have the ability to change the narrative of your life. Even if you're not happy where you are at right now, you have the ability to change that as long as you're alive. So what you're doing now does not define what you're going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years time. So I just want you to remember that and take note of that. But even if you don't have someone that you feel like you can trust or that you can confide in, please call a helpline, call Samaritans. There was other ones on there, but because I called that one, that's the name that I remember. And let it out. But what I wanted to do in this video is just give you some tips to help you when you are going in a dark place. Because even now, up until this day, I still get in dark places. I get depressed. I don't want to leave the house. I'm just like eating junk food, like comfort eating, and I'm just like, I feel deflated. I feel like saying fuck this. I feel like giving up. Because we're only human. But the only difference now is I can feel when I'm going into that dark space, and I pull myself out of there ASAP. What I feel like is a really good tip for just life in general is to write down your thoughts and your feelings. So you can write in a journal or a diary. Sometimes you're sad and you feel like you don't know why you're sad. You're like, I don't know, I just woke up today and I'm sad. I don't really know why I'm sad. Nothing like, not a specific event happened or nothing significant happened. But in your heart, you know why you're sad. So you yourself need to come to terms with what's going on in your heart and your head. Be honest with yourself. Pray. If you believe in the Most High, pray. Okay, pray. You don't have to do the Psalms every time or specific Bible verses. Sometimes, like the way how I pray nowadays, I just talk to God. I'm asking you to put nothing but love and forgiveness in my heart, Lord. I'm asking you to clear my mind, Lord. Allow nothing but positive thoughts to enter Ioni's mind, Lord. Like, these are the things that I'm asking God to do, because these are the things that you need in your life to like stay positive. You need to write down like, I am blessed, I am alive. As long as I am alive, I have the ability to change anything that I do not like. Sometimes there are things that are out of our control, but anything to do with us, we are always in control. Just remain in control of your life. But the thing is, I know that there is a lot of young people that go through really, really, dark times, and it's just really sad to think that they feel alone, or they feel like they can't talk about it, or they'll be frowned upon because it's like a taboo. I feel like especially in like the Black community as well, like, depression, they'll be like, depressed, what is that, what? But it's real. So I want you guys to practice stuff that's gonna help your mental well-being. So you can Google or go on YouTube and practice some yoga. That's very good for clearing the mind. Meditation, very good for clearing the mind. Also positive affirmations. So when I'm feeling down, what I do when I go to bed, I play positive affirmations on YouTube, and they have loads of them, and I listen to it while I'm sleeping. And when I wake up, I feel so energetic and like so empowered. So yeah. What else? It's good to eat well. Ironic, I mean, I love like junk food, especially like sweets and desserts. I love it. But if you eat well, like you're most likely gonna feel better, like within your body, within your mind as well. So like eat lots of fruit, drink lots of water, eat lots of vegetables. It sounds like really small, but it will help you in a really big way. And if you stay consistent with, I promise. Exercise as well, that is really good. That like releases endorphins and just genuinely like makes you happy and makes you feel accomplished once you've done it and completed it. So yeah, I didn't want to make this video too long, and I didn't want to make this video too deep. I may do another video more in depth on this topic, but I just wanted to speak about it so it's out there and give you some tips of how to help your mental health and well-being. Because like these are things that you can start doing straight away. Like literally as soon as you click off this video, you can go and do yoga, you can go and meditate, you can go and listen to positive affirmations, you know, you can go and exercise. Like these are things that you can do straight away, and it will enhance your mental well-being. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I really hope that this does help someone. Like please remember, like you are never ever alone. Even if you feel like you don't have anyone, call the helpline that's most suited to you. Please make sure you like, comment and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Bye.